Hi, I'm immigration lawyer John Khosravi. Thank you for tuning in to our live show, June 2023. It's Tuesday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, where we talk about U.S. immigration, taking your questions live to give general educational responses, not intended for individual legal guidance. For that, we got to talk to private to really get deep in your case. But, there's a lot of confusing stuff happening in U.S. immigration. What we're trying to do here is to, kind of take the lid off and take the covers off so we could break down what's going on in a better way for general, again, educational purposes. So your question will be trickling in on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, and Instagram. For those tuning into the live show, we give away free video consultations if you're watching live. All you got to do is like and subscribe, and then just ask a question or a consultation just once. Don't repeat it, but get a free video consultation, 15-minute video consultation. We give away three of them during the live show. Internet's a little bad today. Hopefully, it won't be too bad, but let's see how it goes. We have some questions coming up. Mr. Tuxton, good day. Attorney Construct, good to see you. Good to see you too. Daryl Winnabow, one of our regulars. Daryl, good to see you. Say hello to you as well. And we have a question. Miles asked, my father's a green card holder. I'm an 18-year-old. My sister's a U.S. citizen. I'm in the U.S. on a tourist visa. Is my sister or father filing for me faster? Well, it's going to be your father. So if through a sibling as a citizen, it's going to take 15 years to get that in most cases. But your father, as long as you're under 21, could petition for you as a minor child of a green card holder. There are issues with timing and stuff like that, and what your status is, what your intent was. But Miles, that's if you're gonna do something, you got to talk to immigration lawyer as soon as possible to avoid having some problems, something like that. But just to watch out. That's essentially you're not going to get anything through your sister. That kind of case, you got to work with your father to get things going for your status. But talk with immigration in private. If you want to call us, email me at info@jqqlaw.com to schedule a time, info@jqqlaw.com, and we'll take it from there. Right now, we're getting some questions from different places, but Daryl Winterbaugh says, hope you have a good day. Thank you, too. For those interested in marriage and fiance visas, we have a guide called the Ultimate Marriage Green Card Guide at marriageimmigrationlaw.com. The website is marriageimmigrationlaw.com, a 40-plus page PDF breaking down the process. I think you're enjoying and learn a lot from it, so check it out there. We're going to take some questions on TikTok. Excuse me. Vicky asks, out of curiosity, I got a curiosity notice from someone. I applied for parole Afghanistan. What does this mean? I'm not sure what a curiosity notice is, so it might have a different name using it, but first is that. Mandeep says, San Francisco shade my start. Judge good or not? Judge Shoddy good or not? I don't comment on judges here. Don't ask the same question multiple times. I have to force you to leave the room because it kind of confuses things when you keep asking the same question over time because we got a lot of questions coming at the same time. Nadim says, I concurrently file for my husband. He's a lawful resident. The I-130 is approved. What's the next step? Should I do anything? Well, I don't know if you should do anything or not. I don't know your case. Maybe you should look at getting into the medical exam potentially. You got to make sure you filed the adjustment of status properly if you had the documents. But I need to know the whole case to be able to tell you if you should do anything or you shouldn't do anything. Miles says, do you have any Canadian clients? Yeah, for sure. I always have a lot of Canadian clients, Australian, Brazilian. You have clients from really everywhere in the world, even random places you never would have imagined. Mr. Tuss asks, based on what you see now, how long is it taking for the I-751 adjudication, especially based on a waiver due to cruelty? These cases are done between 6 months and 2 years on average. The government expects 4 years, but right now, most of my cases are done, within a 6 month and 2 year time frame. ADM asks, hello, sir, I have my green card resident, but it's already expired. I have my green card residence already expired. Well, already you've had it, at least 2 to 10 years old, so it's not too much already. You got to look into renewing it properly. So that's something to look into. If it's a conditional resident green card, a 2-year green card, you have to timely file Form I-751 if you're still with the spouse. Another kind of categories, so you got to just watch out. A 10-year green card is expired, not supposed to have an expired green card, but why keep that? Or look into citizenship. Why not do that? Melvin says, please say the marriage immigration website again. Thanks. Sure, Melvin. It's marriage immigration law. marriageimmigrationlaw.com. It's a PDF. You put your email in there, and then it sends it to your email address. I was saying, well, regulars with Cia says, hi, John. To submit the civil documents to the Kentucky KCC, does the DS-260 have to be approved first? If so, how long does it be approved? If they don't approve the DS-260, the DS-260 is an application that goes into that's sent to the embassy for review when you do an interview. And I was saying, if you're still listening, I hope you catch us. What I was saying for you about civil documents, the KCC doesn't accumulate civil documents. You're dealing with them usually. Depending on, you're probably like the green card lottery or something like that. You don't upload documents to it anymore. You just file the DS-260. So they says, I'm trying to get my green card and starting the process soon. I've been living with my wife for 2 years in Uganda. Do I qualify for DCF? I'm not sure what DCF stands for, but you need to go through the process. Download the Ultimate Marriage Green Card Guide at marriageandimmigrationlaw.com. Melvin says, please, I'm filing my green card. Please, I'm filing my DS-260 form. They asked for my spouse social security number. Can I skip it? They don't usually ask for a spouse social security number on the form DS-260, so I'm not sure why they would ask about that in your case. On the form I-864, they will, but not that. And you got to answer, if you could skip the page and it lets you, then skip it. But if it's on the page and it won't let you move forward, then you got to answer it. Elizabeth asks, how long after USAID received a response or if your medical law received a decision? Normally, like a few weeks later, but not always. Jean-Pierre says, hello, everyone. Good to see you, Jean-Pierre. Heidi asks, if you are a DACA recipient and married to a U.S. citizen with children, what is our first step to adjust status? If you're a DACA recipient married to a U.S. citizen with children, first you got to have lawful entry. So DACA recipient doesn't help other than the fact that if you need to use advanced parole, and that allows you to have some sort of lawful entry to the United States. So Heidi, let's just name you as our first winner of free video consultation, Heidi Vargas. Take a screenshot of where you're watching this and email it to me at info@jqklaw.com. Again, that's info@jqklaw.com, so I can see your username on there. And it's in private. Hopefully you can hear me. My internet's being pretty bad. Umar says, my 10-year green card is based on marriage, not divorce. Now, while divorce is, I applied for mutual consent with my spouse. Will I apply for citizenship 5 years? How do I prepare? That's just a huge question, Umar. You got to schedule a private consultation. We'll talk about that. Hawa says, hi to you too. George says, K1 visa did not adjust status and installed. Sorry, here's the 992. Well, if you came on a fiance with a K1 visa, you can only adjust status based on the marriage, that spouse, the fiance, and getting married to them that got you here. If not, you won't be able to adjust status. Melwa said, I got in the country a month ago on spouse visa. I just used my green card. Can I apply for my siblings and parents now? No, you have to be a U.S. citizen to apply for siblings and parents. Susanna says, when somebody goes out of the U.S. on a bus, is that exit recorded in that person's history? If yes, what agency does it? Yeah, it's possible when you enter the foreign country. Like if you are on a bus to Canada, they'll many times, Canada will know who's entering and they'll share that information with the United States. So he says direct consular filing is DCF. They don't call it that anymore. They call it exceptional filing, but it depends on if you have the facts for it, maybe. Tamara says, by chance, you know how long did it take for the U.S. Embassy in Bridgetown to schedule an interview? I don't know. Heidi says, what's the email address? It's info@jqqlaw.com. That's info@jqqlaw.com. For those just tuning in, we give away free video consultations for those who watch the live show. All you got to do is like, subscribe, and ask a question, say consultation, or just write consultation, and we'll randomly choose people. We got 2 more free consultations to give away. Only ask it once. If you do it multiple times, you get disqualified. TikTok user 3 says, answer that. Suman says, can you please say about the I-485J EB3 unskilled category? Does this retrogression affect the I-485J? Well, no. I mean, you submit the I-485J and to show you change the job or you have the job if you file the I-485 after the I-140. Unless you change jobs or something like that, that's about it. Yeah, that's when you need to refile it. Vicky asked if I was deported for intent of murder, can I apply? I answered that. Rimsha says, my husband's documentary qualified December 29, 2021. When should I expect an interview? Whenever the embassy contacts you to say their interview's ready. Well, National Video Center. Jake says, N400 time, please. It was 3 months, 2 years. Donna says, we already answered that. Clear Marvel says, I'm asylum status, and we are Afghans waiting for a long time. It's 2 years for results. Yeah, it could take many, many years for asylum. Chica said, USA application was saying card is being produced yesterday. Today says case approved I-751. Yeah, sometimes you get the timelines wrong. George asks, what happens if the spouse abused wife, then was kicked out of Navy and took off on before adjustment? If you're married, you could potentially have done a VAWA claim, but maybe you may have if you're doing if you didn't get the green card for adjustment, I mean, you should have done a VAWA claim. Now may be too late if it came in 1993. So your lack of urgency on it may create problems. I don't know what to do now if it's been that many years. Heidi says, can you request parole while waiting on I-601 to be adjudicated and you are abroad waiting to be adjudicated? You can request it. I mean, whether it's going to be approved or not, that's something else, but you can definitely request whatever you want. Risha says, my husband, we already answered that. Kay says, is it difficult to transition from an F1 to EB3 while pursuing a degree? It's not a difficulty. You just got to find a job and it depends on the timelines and all that kind of stuff. It's not impossible. Gabriel said, I applied for my I-130 siblings 10.5 years ago, still waiting on approval. How long to get approval? I mean, that's about 10 years sounds about right. Chica says, U.S. application was saying cars being, we get that. Terry says, if my kids live in a different state from my wife and I, can we still put papers in for them? Maybe. They might be wondering why they're living separately, but potentially. I don't know. I have to see what's going on. Manny says, I got a response from the National Benefits Center. No medical receipt. How long? Mo medical receipt. I'm not sure what that Mo means. How long to give a decision on it? It could be a few weeks, could be a few months. Terry says, okay, we got a lot of repeat questions. Chica says, USCIS application. Damn, you guys asked the same question over again. Zena says, when I had fingerprints for his green card, I put birth. Can we change? And didn't get waiver. Is it possible to remarry? We can get married. But if you're asking about status, then you got to get a waiver of that J1 3-year home residency requirement. Proful says, asks on the running F1 status in the U.S., what is the easiest step to become a citizen and get PR? Well, you have to be a permanent resident or green card holder for 3 to 5 years before getting citizenship. So it's not an easy step. I mean, you have extraordinary ability. You have a national interest waiver. You have an employer that's filing for you. You're investing. You file for asylum. And so there's different ways. None of them is easy. It's just if it applies to you. Now, you said, how do you know if there's available visa for my case? It depends. If you're married to a U.S. citizen, they're always available. If there's a preference category, like you're married to a green card holder, you got to check the visa reciprocity chart. Foxton says, USA is denying my EB3 I-485 without interview. Can I contact you? Well, we need to deny notice, see what's going on. You don't have to have an interview, but email us and we'll schedule a private consultation, see what's going on. Speaking Bourgeois says, RFE medical exam and not answer. RFE medical exam and not answer it. The question doesn't make sense. Try to rephrase your question. Let's see. Miss Adams says, can you make a e-request if the processing time says 14 months, but you've been waiting for 17 months? Give it a shot. It may or may not work. That's how you'll know. Jennifer says, can I receive advanced parole out of DACA? I have no relatives in my country. Yeah, it depends on what the reason is. If it's good reasons, you get it. They're not too strict on it. Khalid says, hello, I submitted my I-130 application for my spouse overseas, but I wrote my name as a signature and the pen I signed was blue. Is that an issue? But I write my name as a signature. I'm not sure what writing your name as a signature means if you're signing it, but it's probably not an issue, the blue especially. D says, can you file for citizenship while pending removal conditions? Should I? You can. Should you? I don't know. I don't know anything about you to give you legal guidance like that. Heidi says, do you know what the processing times are 601 to be adjudicated? They're taking forever 2-3 years right now. You might have to do a lawsuit to get that going. Nori says, I applied for asylum, do my fingerprints, my work permit. Should I file asylum for me 5 years ago? That came with me as well. Should I file asylum for me 5 years, 5YO? That came with me as well. I don't understand the question. Techie says, decision cannot be made after an informal interview. You got to wait for them to review and follow up with you. Jennifer says, we already answered that. Damn, you guys ask the same question over again. I don't answer immigration court stuff like 42B. I don't get into immigration hearings. Child Legal says, can you get a green card once you apply for the I-130? I mean, you got to finish off the process and wait the time, but yeah, that's possible. A says, can I apply for citizenship while I just apply for I-751? I don't know if you can, but if you're married to a citizen the last 3 years and you satisfy the other requirements, yeah, that's possible for those people potentially. Let's see. Over and over again. How long does the affidavit support take? Affidavit support is not a timeline kind of thing. It's a form to fill and submit to the government. Mike says schedule an interview for I-485, but the I-130 not approved yet. How is that possible? They'll approve at the same time. They want to talk with you. Miss Adams and Jennifer, a lot of these people stop asking the same question over again. Yeah, it's just too much. This person is going to get kicked out. Let's see. How do we put someone out of the room? Block. Yeah. Okay. Okay. How do we fix this? TikTok. A lot of people asking the same question over and over again. It makes it really hard to see what's going on. So that's why I say don't ask the same question over again. It makes it hard to answer the questions. Nori says, for my 5-year-old son. So if you file for asylum, your children should have been listed on the application. They'd be included with you. Alison says, so I don't have to send any documents. Just take them with me at the interview. Alison, I don't know exactly what's going on with your documents. You probably have the I-730. If there's no place, when you get contacted, they tell you what you need to do. So the paperwork will say if you need to mail them documents, upload it, or bring with the embassy. I don't want to give case-specific guidance here because I'm not sure. Each case is different. They make stuff up sometimes differently for each case. You just got to follow the instructions they gave you. They'll tell you exactly what to do. Okay. Zed says, I inboxed you. Want to make an appointment? Email me. I don't check my TikTok inbox. I get too many messages there. And a lot of them are like crazy, so I don't bother opening them. If you want to schedule a consultation or appointment, email me at info@jqqlaw.com. Phil says, how long does a fiance visa take? I don't know, 2 to 4 years. Tiffany says, hi. Terry asked the same question a lot. Let's take them out of here. Okay, Brimshaw says a lot too. Sorry, everybody who asked the same question over again, I got to take you out because I don't know what's going on. Steph says, should I take action if it's 95 days since my informed interview with no decision? I mean, you can contact them to do that. Let's see. Steph says, another multiple question. We got to take a lot of people. Come on, guys. Don't ruin it for everybody. Moneybag says, I applied for extension of stay on B1, B2, and it's still pending, and I get married. Do I withdraw? That gives into giving you guidance on an individual basis. I got to see what the basis is. And the fear is if you withdraw, you might get a notice to appear in an immigration court hearing. So we got to usually file for the marriage case, but we got to look to see what's going on in the case before I make a decision on something like that. Mambo says, can I still do CPT after doing STEM OPT? If you have a new level of study that you're doing CPT on, that may be possible. Let's see. Miles says, I am a U.S. citizen, wanting to file for my father, who's currently in the U.S. on a tourist visa. He was here 25 years ago, an overstay visa, got 10-year ban. Can I file for him now? Do I need a waiver? If he came to the United States and overstayed but never left, yeah, it's possible. The waiver is not needed. The waiver needs it if he's overstayed and then left. That's when it triggers the waiver need, a 3 to 10 year bar. How long is it currently taking for I-2 form? 3 months, a year, something like that. Okay, so get some more questions. And unfortunately, on TikTok, people are asking the same question. It makes it hard to find the real questions. Libya Boss says, if I come in the U.S. illegally and want to go back to my country and don't have a passport, what will they do? I don't know. That's a weird situation. GSR, you're our winner on TikTok. Take a screenshot where you're watching this and email to me at info@jqqlaw.com. And we'll schedule a private video consultation. So again, take screenshots to know it's you and email it to me at info@jqqlaw.com. For those just tuning in, we give away free video consultations. All you gotta do is like, subscribe to the channel, and ask a question and write consultation in. Just have write consultation just once, and we'll randomly pick people. Heidi asks where you're located. I'm in Los Angeles. I have an associate who's in Orange County, another one in Virginia. But all our stuff's done by video and online and stuff like that. So our location really doesn't matter for 99% of cases. Let's see. Username says, Dento says, hi to you. Shubai says, I am in South Korea on a student visa from Pakistan. How can I visit the U.S. visitor visa? Well, you got to apply for a visitor visa. That's about it. Okay. When do you know what year interviews are going on? It depends on what category you have and what country you're from. So that's too general a question. Let's see. Rachel says, I did fingerprints 40 days ago for adjustment of status. How long till I get my EAD? There's no correlation between the fingerprints and when you get your EAD. User 3 says, what's the best way to respond to an RFE? Upload on account or mail it? Do both. Why not? Rachel, Terry. Wow, you guys asked the same question. Okay. Tony says, well, my work permit was approved on June 2nd. Well, I get my card whenever they get around to it. These timeline things that there's no answer for it. Let's see. Let's check out Instagram. Okay. Username 1912. We already answered this. Oh, this is out of hand on TikTok. Okay, let's just try to skip a lot of these. Esau says, what about a person who has a German passport and wants to work in the U.S.? Can he bring his wife? Well, you got to get work authorization. If you do, maybe you could bring your spouse then, but you got to get the work authorization first. Wow, it's just people asking the same question on repeat. Oh, what's going on? Okay, I was going to skip through everybody's question. Pink Cloud says, how long does the NBC take to schedule an interview at Islamabad after being documentally qualified? Islamabad, no one's getting interviews, so I don't know. I mean, they're getting it, but it's taking forever. Obidig says, does the work permit approval come with social security number? They're supposed to send you a social security number separately, but not always. So that's, then you got to follow up with them about it. If EA says, I applied for my removal condition green card, how long is it going to be? I don't know, 6 months, 2 years, 10 years, 4 years. Gabriel says, I applied for 10.5 years. We already answered that question. Well, still waiting for approval. Can't do expedited. No, you got to just wait. HH says, what is the chance of rejection of green card based on a SILE? I don't know. It depends on if you have an issue that requires rejection. It's not about chances. It's about if you have a good case, you have a good case. If you have issues, you have issues. So, it's not about chances. Palmer says, my wife applied for adjustment of status and all these other forms approve on, can't travel on it. You could travel on your advanced parole when you have a green case pending, but it's better not to unless it's an emergency. Dara says, when our USA passports get revoked, what do you have to do? I'm not sure what your question is. Says, got an attorney who filed a mandamus almost 2 months ago, no updates. We get updates soon. The left says, green card, can I apply for citizenship before 5 years if I stay 2 years for approval? I'm not sure what that means. Hanny says, my wife's going through health issues related to miscarriage. Can I expedite my case? Depends on what kind of case it is. Okay, we already answered Paul Minder's case. Okay, Vita says, what do you think about mandamus U visa? If you like to give it a shot, if it's appropriate. How long does it take to get I-130 approval? Depends on what kind of case you have. We answered this question. Mute. Oh, mute account. I'm blocking people accident. I got to mute them. Immigration TV, great immigration channel. Joe Franco, good to see you. We're doing a live show. We've got a lot of questions and stuff. Everyone who's watching here, check out the Immigration TV. It has a big YouTube channel on U.S. immigration. Jay says, can a person lose a 10-year green card if they violate a restraining order for domestic in California? If you have criminal history, like conviction and stuff, that could be a problem. So you got to look into it. Sam says, I've sent the medical RFE and they're asking for it again. RFE has just been a month. Yeah, I've had that. I'm not sure why they asked for it again. So it's like they're messed up. H says, my case is legit and correct. I'm in Virginia. Should I transfer my case to you? I don't know. I got to see what's going on. We have to do a review of the case first. My associate's in Virginia, so she'd probably pick up the case. Okay, truthful. Phil Good says, citizen marrying girlfriend on adjustment of status. She has a son out of the country. Will I file for him or will she? No, it's better you file because if the child's under 18, it's faster to you as a U.S. citizen. And immigration, Steve Jones, one of the best immigration lawyers out there. Thank you, John Franco. I appreciate it. We got to have a chat. We haven't talked in a while. User 3 says, got an RFE on marriage paper error. Can I correct mistake and send the U.S. enough? It depends if the RFE is. Just follow the instructions. Ideal says, hi to you too. Proful says, can I apply for a green card for 3 years of master class in the United States? To apply for a green card, you have to have a specific way to apply. Just going to school and getting a master's doesn't help you with that. So Rosina says, how long does it take to get a work permit social after you get receipts? There's no time frame. That's exact. Child God says, how long does it take to get an approval for I-130 for marriage? I applied 2020, still nothing. If it's just standalone I-130, 6 months to 2 years. HS is 19 for USCIS the kid. Yeah, no, you have to be, the kid is under 21, but to be considered like a stepchild, they have to be born under 18. Marriage, the parents have to be under 18. Almost says mayonnaise file 2 minutes, so no update. Yeah, I already answered that one. Our deal says it's been 8 months. I didn't even get my work permit. Social. What could the reason be? Just the government's backed up. They're slow in this kind of stuff, so it takes a while. Massive says, can you refile the I-751 and do I-20B motion at the same time? If I was denied because of no response to RFE, which you did not know about, we are still married living together. I don't know if 290B is a good idea. Just refile as soon as possible before the NTA or notice of your immigration court happens. I-20B might be a waste of time. If you want to challenge not getting something, contacting USCIS, congressional ombudsman, those are better ways to go about it usually. Rosie says, how long is the typical wait after getting receipts? There is no typical wait, really, realistically. So that's that. Speaky Bourgeois says, okay, I sent my RFE medical exams for 2 months. I haven't heard anything back. Any idea about the process down in Dallas? No, it's just random. Usually the cases are done pretty quickly after that, but not always. So take 2 or 3 more questions. We'll call it a day. Chloro asks, I applied for change of status to F1. I got married as well. Can I apply the marriage one as well? Maybe. Schedule a private consultation with the office. Just email us. info@jqqlaw.com. Ehsan says, my assignment interview is pending. I want to move to another state. Will affect my case, like extending? Yeah, it'll affect your case because your asylum office will change. You have to notify the government of the address changes. It's a little complex. It just says, is SNAP going to affect your PR if you apply for waiving for fees? I'm not sure. I'm SNAP. I think you mean food stamps. You got to, I'm not sure if you're eligible to get food stamps. So that's something that has to be analyzed. Charlie Goff says, how do we contact you for more questions? You email me at info@jqqlaw.com to schedule a private consultation. And having said that, thank you, everybody, for joining the show. It's been half an hour. We'll be back again next Wednesday. I might have my assistant helping me because there's just too many repeat questions here. But it's good to learn like new people, and that takes away the people who do repeat questions instead of blocking them. I guess we'll take one last question on Instagram. Melly says, I'm married to U.S. citizen on USCIS website. Estimated time says 8 to 9 months. Now dropped to 4 weeks. You think it's true estimated? No, just there's no reliable estimates on timelines. This stuff, you just kind of wait and get it done. And Miles says, I'm a U.S. citizen. My brother is 17. Will filing for him now be faster when he turns 18? No, the brother case is going to take 15 years. It's not faster, just sooner you apply. But if he's here in the U.S., it's going to be problematic because he needs to maintain status the whole time. All right, everybody, thank you for joining us today. That's about it for our show. We'll be back in next Tuesday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Take your questions live on TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. And having said that, God bless, be safe. We'll see you soon.